What's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. As always, is Nestlemania. Alongside for the ride is a man that's he's a little under the weather, folks, but he's still here pulling through just a little bit. JC.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fun week for your boy here, but we're getting through it, and we're here because you know what, Nestlemania, there's no way I can miss a goddamn draft. That's right, folks. We're giving you a Jobber Knocker draft smack dab in the middle of this episode, so we'll be getting to that later for sure.
We're going to probably piss through the rest of everything just because we want to do the draft. I mean, let's be completely honest.
And the rest of it kind of sucks, let's be honest.
I mean, we have to talk about the new belt at some point. That's a big deal. We'll get there at some point. There's other things as well that we probably have to talk about. I'm sure it'll come up in conversation. But again, it's very interesting to see what happens going forward. Anyway, we always start. Where do we start, JC?
We start in the shine in Nestlemania. You know what's shine worthy for me?
What?
Cody Rhodes stripping in the middle of that ring, baby. God damn. This segment was so perfect because you get Cody stripping. It's like, oh, hubba hubba. But you know who has to interrupt him? The one man who would rather strip more, and that is Finn goddamn Balor being like, oh, you're showing off the abs? I can't let that stand. It's time for me to Judgment Day all over your ass. And that obviously set up a brilliant match between Cody and Finn. So, yeah, in a week where, I just kind of, trashed where a lot of stuff wasn't great. There was some fun stuff, and we're getting a lot of the same shit on both shows. This was something that was fun. And obviously with Brock Lesnar not there, Cody, as we saw the same thing he did leading into WrestleMania, he puts all that shit on his shoulders. But him and Finn, mwah, I could watch that every week. I
really enjoyed the promo that Cody, I mean, obviously Finn, the match was great, but it was unbelievable to me how he could, you're a Cody guy. Not that I'm saying, I cheer for Cody and I want to see him succeed, but I'm not necessarily as big as you are in the Cody department. But when I saw him cut that promo, all I could think about was when he said, add a scar, pick a body part, rip it apart. I'm ready to go. The fact that he basically sold it without Brock being there. Not that Brock physically needed to be there, but verbally Cody would have thrashed him anyway. But it was so interesting. And then of course the segment from his scar to, well, I had 14 staples in my head. Here comes Finn Balor. That to me made me go what a segue, what cohesive stuff. And sometimes we complain about no cohesion whatsoever in wrestling. To me, that was a little nugget. But then Cody being the obvious, the obvious baby face being oh God, we're doing it tonight. And Finn Balor was oh no, I'm going to shit my pants. It was great. And then of course they had a banger of a match and it was fun. I don't know why it didn't end the show, but because the ending of the show to me was just we'll get there. But to me, this is a point that I really want to talk about when we get to Bad Bunny. I want to talk about the world title and I want to talk about Bad Bunny at some point, probably later in the show, in my opinion, but we can talk about it whenever.
I mean, I'd be fine talking about Bad Bunny now if you want, but I ain't talking about that fucking stupid ass world title till the heat. So I can tell you that right now.
Okay, so I'm not a big fan of Bad Bunny right now, so I'm going to put him in my heat. So that's why I was going to, but if you think he's, if you can, no, there's a purpose for him. Absolutely. But I just think that people are just ridiculous on the internet.
You're just mad because you put out a really fucking bad tweet and the internet destroyed you for it. It was great. I just sat back, pulled out my popcorn. Nestle running his mouth, getting him in trouble. I always enjoy that.
Look. So here's the crux of it. Everybody that ran their mouth on me has absolutely no fucking idea what they're talking about. That's what I'm going to tell them right now. So here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand.
You're all crazy. I'm not.
No. I'm crazy too. Here's what people don't understand, folks. Okay. Bad Bunny was in a tag match at WrestleMania or whatever he was, right? Like 2 years ago, was it? I don't even remember. But he had his WrestleMania. And again, everybody was like, oh my God, he's fucking amazing. But but he had amazing dance partners, right? And you can hide things, inefficiencies in a tag match. Now, he hasn't had another match. He had a Royal Rumble. Anybody could be in a Royal Rumble. JC could be in a Royal Rumble.
Did he look good in that Royal Rumble, though? He did, and there's a lot of people who don't look good in Royal Rumbles.
Do you know what the Royal Rumble equates to? Kick, struggle, and stay in the corner.
Right.
That's
all
it.
I'm saying, Nestlemania, is the guy's 2 for 2. Like,
I'm just saying.
He didn't have any mistakes in either of those things, so it's one of those things. It's like, you can't give him too much credit, but you also can't devalue it either. So far, he's done everything he's had to do.
Okay, and I agree with you on that. However, tag match is 1/4 of his. In a battle royal, he's doing, and let's be honest here. I mean, let's say there was 10 people in the ring. I don't know what the exact number was. He doesn't have to be the star of the show. This is his first match. That's a one-on-one match. That's a lot of actual potential to go wrong and well, depending on how it goes. But when they put somebody in a street fight who doesn't know what they're doing necessarily, it's to give them the smoke and mirrors so that you forget that they're not a trained athlete. And that's okay. That's all I'm trying to say here. Is he's not that great. That's why they gave him the stipulation, because the match can still suck and still be serviceable because it's a street fight. That's all I'm saying, folks. Now, if you want to jump down my throat, I hope.
Well, it's the way you say it. The way you say it. You have to know that, because you come out and the way you said it looks like you're being like, this guy fucking sucks. Because it's just, it's fine. But I will say this, like, the main reason it is a street fight is because there's about 80 people involved in this feud. And they want to kind of give Bunny and Priest a chance to do it, but it's going to have the Judgment Day out there. It's going to have the LWO out there. There's going to be a million run-ins, and there's going to be a million other guys taking spots. So it's going to set up to be a clusterfuck. And honestly, the way they built this, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this main evented that pay-per-view, because Cody and Brock might kick off the show, so Brock can go get his steak early after whatever happens there. So
Bad Bunny is a bigger draw in general. But in Puerto Rico, hands down, he's the draw. You know what I mean? So
I personally think that should main event, and the fact of it being a street fight and with everyone else involved is probably going to be really damn good.
All I'm saying to me is Bad Bunny is serviceable for what he needs. He's an absolute phenomenon. He's going to get eyeballs on the product. He's big in Puerto Rico, big internationally in the world, just a huge star. So anything he does is going to be gold. But I will say, if you're going to be honest here, I will say this right now. You're going to love this match. You're going to tell me to eat shit and die, and that's fine.
I'll just eat shit.
Okay, well, whatever the case is, you're going to tell me I'm fucking stupid, and that's fine. But what I will come back on this program and say is, was what he did worth it? Because I guarantee you what the fucking LWO and Judgment Day and the fucking schmaz, that will be what we talked about. And maybe one spot that Bad Bunny.
I mean, the tag match, he had awesome spots. So it's one of those things.
I'm just saying.
I think you're going too far into your take, and the people clapping at you are going too far into their take. It's like fucking politics, guys. The answer's right here. Like, you're partially right and you're partially right. Let's just fucking hug it out. But no, I got to go the extreme. Rah, rah, brr.
JC, bipartisan. You're going to, this guy.
Very much. I hate politics, so.
Let's not talk about it then. But that was my point about Bad Bunny. You can tell me that I suck. I don't care.
Again, I don't think your actual point is outright wrong or anything like that. I just think the way you say things sometimes it leads you up to get set up for a combative experience with other people, especially.
Hey, I'll say this much. You know what? I enjoy the conversation whether or not I'm right or wrong. I think that's important.
I completely agree.
Okay, let's get back on track here. Okay. Was there anything else that was very positive before we get into other nonsense?
There were 3 matches I want to highlight on SmackDown that I thought were enjoyable for pretty much 3 different reasons. Gunther over Woods. Obviously, it's always nice to see Woods get a little bit there, but it wasn't anything amazing. But, I mean, I haven't seen a bad Gunther match in a long time. I enjoyed the women's tag team title match, Liv and Raquel retaining over Sonya and Chelsea, because it was fun. It gave these 4 women kind of a chance to kind of showcase themselves a little bit and really let Sonya and Chelsea shine, even though they were losing. And the third one for me was, the Rick O'Rourke Vikings match, baby. Just big meaty men slapping meat. Rick O'Rourke doing their thing. They're still a tag team, and I'll be interested to see with the draft, since we're going to have 18 world titles now, if they're going to split the tag belts as well.
So we can talk more about this in a little bit, but I'm concerned that the tag team titles are going to be the thing that we worry about the most. out of everything. Like everything else seems like it's clean, at least from what we got from Monday. But the tag team titles to me are the biggest question mark, in my opinion, going forward.
I agree. I have no idea what they're going to do because it seems like they might actually keep it as one set, which is interesting.
I just don't know if that does a disservice or if it's just that they don't have enough tag teams. But I think they have plenty of tag teams.
I think they have enough tag teams. I think it's weird because, and we can get more into this when we talk about the world title too, but I always remember like Triple H is always big proponent of there should always be like one champion. He doesn't like there being multiple things. Obviously, they're going back to the method of having multiple world champions again. But it seems like maybe the tag team titles are the ones where maybe he gets to win that fight and be like, no, we're going to keep it as one set. Sammy and KO can be on both shows. Eventually, when they lose, whatever team they lose it to, they'll be on both shows. But I don't know, just with how the shows have been the last couple of weeks, with the kind of nonsense and like the same matches being on Raw and SmackDown pretty much with the same people, it's kind of getting back into that no brand split era. It makes me like really want this draft to just kind of split everything up again. But that also makes me like want separate tag team titles, even if there isn't like, I mean, like you said, I think there are plenty of tag teams as well, especially right now, especially when you got a team like Rick O'Rourke who's just hanging around like in the tag division. It gives them more opportunity for other people to get on TV. But I'm just curious like how they handle it because we haven't heard anything about it at all.
Well, it's hard. Like, and we've talked about this before, and I think the draft is really important going forward because we can talk about this all day saying, oh, wrestling's personal vendetta versus personal vendetta or whatever. But when there's a championship on the line, it just feels better. Like it feels like it makes more sense. Like to me, it makes more sense. Like it's just an easy layup to go like, oh, you have something I want. You have a championship. And I think that's what it comes down to. Like you want to be the best in something. And to me, being the best means you hold a championship. So it's hard when people are monopolizing and cucking all over the goddamn place. You know, and it's hard because we don't know what we're gonna do. Like as fans, it's like, yeah, we stick around and we complain and whatever, but like at some point, what do you do? What do you do?
Well, so the interesting part, I think, with this, and after this, we can go to the Heat if you want. But you know what else is on Friday? Not only is it the draft beginning, we have the WrestleMania rematch between Sammy and KO and the Usos. Does, however this match ends, lead to maybe the split with these two teams both being champions on a different brand in some weird fucking way? And how much would you hate that?
So here's the thing. I think what happens here is the inevitable is that the Usos lose, Roman Reigns loses his shit, and I think they're gonna end up having enough time at the back end of SmackDown where Roman Reigns eventually just goes to fucking town on both.
Do we know if he's actually gonna be here this week?
I would hope so.
I would assume so. I hope with the draft, but with him, who the fuck knows? It seemed
like
the rumor was he was going to be gone for like legit 2 straight months after Mania. So
no, I mean you're not wrong about that. But the other thing is like if it's the draft, maybe he's eligible. We don't know, right? So I don't know.
Well, he is because that was the whole thing with the title. Whatever show he gets drafted to, that becomes their world title, even though he has 2 of them, and the other one gets the new toy.
It's kind of convoluted in that aspect of
it's so convoluted. Don't get me started.
But we'll get there. So my other thing is just very quickly, I wanted to say, great job, Xavier Woods, in that leg drop. Becky Lynch, take notes. That's how you do a leg drop. Also, what? It's true.
I was waiting for it. I set you up for it in the chat because I know.
I'm consistent in that. The other thing I wanted to point out was I got so fucking hard for that Shinsuke Nakamura Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu MMA package. I was just like, I don't believe he's a real deal because we just had this conversation last week, right, on this program. And then I watched that and I went, well, they made a believer out of me for a half a second. They made me go, do I want to see it again? Probably not, but I will. You know, like they did a great job with it. Like they just sweep everything under the rug, being like, don't pay attention to the way he's been treated the last 7 years. Just we're gonna redo this again. Come on.
It's the machine, baby.
They're very good at what they do.
Stick them back in, spit them out, stick them back in, spit it out till you find something that works.
I can't for the life of me I can't like it's just and very quickly I just wanted to point out just watching Solo again. This is really Solo's time. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. Like we talked about it last week, but watch him getting buried under the table and then coming out like a monster. Like I just feel like they're doing such a great job and they're really fine-tuning his character going forward because I think what's going to happen on Friday, to get back to our point, Usos lose. There'll be maybe, I'm hoping, 5 to 10 minutes left in the program. Roman Reigns gets upset and then makes a choice and just beats the ever-living shit out of the Usos. And he looks at Solo like, what are you going to do about it? and then he fucking beats the shit out of the Usos, and we keep Roman and Solo on one show, and then the Usos could go to another show if necessary.
I just don't feel like they're doing that yet because I don't know if Roman's there, and even if he is, I just don't know if they're.
He has to show up on one show, right? And SmackDown's his show right now.
Does he though?
He's gonna get drafted without showing up.
Do whatever the
what
fuck
is he, Gable Stevenson? He just never shows up. I mean, come on.
He can literally do whatever he wants. He's the tribal cuck.
All right, you want to get into get me off my TV here? Get him off my TV. Get him off my TV. Get him off my TV. This is like fucking lightning round. You ready to go for this shit?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to get into the championship? We can do that first if you want.
It's up to you. If you want to piss through some stupid stuff like bookkeeping, then you can do that.
Okay, bookkeeping. So I get it, but the logic of like Zelina Vega being like, I'm the only Puerto Rican, I should get the championship shot. I was like, that's hair thin, but okay, I'll believe it. It's in fucking Puerto Rico.
A quick win for Rhea.
yeah, I mean, like she's gonna beat tomato cans for a while till she has a real challenge. So I appreciate that they did the package with Cross trying to make sense of nonsense that doesn't fucking exist. Like, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But as I'm watching it, I thought to myself, JC, you're describing something that none of us fucking picked up, like throughout this entire fucking everything. Like, where was this shown to us? Like 6 months after the fact, nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody gives a shit. So for me, I'm just like, it's too little too late. I appreciate it, but too little too late for me for when it comes to Karrion Kross. I think that ship has sailed for me. I mean, put him up to a Viking funeral, let him go back to Impact, let him go to AEW, whatever. It's all over for me. I'm done.
He ain't going anywhere. He's a Triple H guy. He's going to get all the chances in the world.
I know. It's
He'll
terrible.
Probably be a mid-card champion this year at some point.
Yep, of course it will. Whatever. And then, of course, I just want to make sure we do more housekeeping here. Well, I'm not necessarily in love with this. There was a lot of 6-man tags and 6-woman tags.
There's a 6-man tag and a 6-woman tag on Raw.
On that one, just fucking blew my mind that both of those were happening, and it was whatever. I mean, the SmackDown tag match for the women was great. Like you said, I did like the finish. But when I see these things, I just think automatic doesn't help me. Like, it's burned in my brain that a 6-person tag on television doesn't mean anything to me. And that's just
looking at it's not something for us on TV. It's something that's fun for the people at the show. Good for them, but for me, I can fast forward it.
It really is 20 minutes of nonsense. And I just there's no way to rectify that in my brain. There just isn't. Moving forward, we have something that I'm not necessarily in love with either, is just the idea of like the random. We didn't get to talk about this, the randomness of Seth Rollins versus Omos. Now, I know you're going to be an Homo sapien and you're going to do your own thing, but again,
I think the randomness is why I kind of like it, because I saw the graphic and I was like, what the fuck? What did this happen? Like, and I laughed and I was like, why not? I hope they do this with every Omos feud for the rest of time. They just give him a big name, put it on a graphic, because they'll get people so fucking worked up. And I think that's why they're doing it.
I think that's where the secret sauce is made. I think in order to get Omos over, even if he loses, is just continue to do this stuff and make people believe that Vince McMahon is backing it. Like
100%.
I think it works on some fucking bizarre level. Like it just does. And I watched it and I went, okay, well, Brock's match wasn't bad. Like Seth Rollins is clearly one of the best to do it. So that like Seth is going to look at it as a challenge. So like, I can't say that it's bad. Like all I could think about was they tried to sell.
You want to see it, right? That's the thing about Omos matches. Like you can say what you want about it, but you look at him, he's like, he's a big motherfucker. I want to see it. I want to see how this guy deals with the big motherfucker.
I mean, so here's the thing. Seth Rollins did a great job here. And this is the line to me that maybe you go, what the fuck to? Fine. Like, I'll do it. Is he was like, you were born this way. You're special. Like, I had to make myself special. And I went like, what a fucking great line.
CrossFit.
Like, exactly. CrossFit Jesus, right? But all I could think about was like, and then he's added like, I'm going to make you ass famous. And I just went like, I'm in. Like, as stupid as it is, I'm in. But like, it's bizarre. Like, so we sit on this program all the time shitting on AEW about not having a backstory. So I just wanted to be transparent in the fact that this was like what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Like it's the mix. AEW, they do that for everything. But WWE, every now and then, they just throw one out there. But for the most part, it's like well thought out. But this, every now and then they throw one out there. And I think you can do that if it isn't something you do all the time. It's like variety is the spice of life, baby.
Eh.
If this is Omos's thing, I'm all for it. Legitimately.
Also,
Once a month, just put him on a graphic with a top star and just make it a pay-per-view match. And people will just be like, what the fuck? Because you know what I like about the way they treat Omos? The guy rarely fights on TV, and if he does, the fucking squash. Like, they treat him as an attraction, which is how they should treat him, because that's how you give him a chance to be kind of interesting.
can I ask you a question? Because for me,
Yeah.
I can't rectify this, and I'm assuming you're just going to tell me I'm stupid, which is fine. But I'd like some reasons for why I'm stupid.
Okay.
When I think of Omos, you hear he's in the same vein as Andre the Giant, right? Like spectacle, he's a big deal. But Andre the Giant never lost. This guy continues to lose. I feel like if he continues to lose, even though sometimes you get more out of a loss than you do a win, I feel like it takes away from the specialness of everything, in my opinion.
Well, I think that the problem is obviously every big man that comes in gets compared to Andre. But here's the thing. Andre was the first. So they had to treat him like that. Since then, we've had about fucking 60 Giants. We've had the Big Shows come through. We've had the Braun Strowmans come through. We have had the Giant Gonzalez's come through. So it's one of those things. It's like Omos is probably like the fucking 15th guy on the list. So it's like, yeah, of course, they're going to have him lose coming in. It's obviously different, but it's just like, it's one of those things like when you compare someone to Andre, who was the first, it's going to look ridiculous. But what if Andre came out nowadays and Omos was the first? It'd be like, it's just like, it's a product of the time and what it was. So, I mean, look, I'm not going to come on here and say Omos is the greatest wrestler of all time, because he's not. I am an Homo sapien mainly because of the memes. If you guys have not experienced Omos Twitter, don't be a fucking homophobe. Check that shit out, because they are the funniest fucking memes on the internet. I promise you, the amount of entertainment you will get from it, it'll make you just appreciate Omos for all his faults. But he's someone that I think you can't teach size. There's only so few of those guys. And the guy garners interest because of it, whether it's because of YouTube views or fucking hate on Twitter or whatever. It's like, that works. So it's one of those things as WWE, like, yeah, you have to use him. You're going to use him. Oh, is there a comment?
No, it just says Homo sapien for life. Birdsky. So I think we're getting Joe Gilmore on our nerves again. He said Omos versus Miz and Omos versus Lily. I think. Oh, that was from your boy Birdsky. No, they were both from Joe. But like, come on, guys.
2 different accounts.
2 different burner accounts. This guy. Yeah, it is what it is. But again, it bothers me to a little bit, but then when you see it, you're just like, there's something endearing about him. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to see what he does.
It's one of those. I will say this, because obviously, like, you watch him sometimes, and I think he's someone that we have seen get better. And when you hear like veterans like The Undertaker and guys like that talk about how hard he works and how much he wants to be good, it makes me kind of root for the guy a little too, because it's like, okay, like, I've heard nothing about how he works hard. He's a nice human. People enjoy being around him. It makes you kind of want to root for him a little bit too. So it's like, you know what? I hope he gets opportunities, and I hope he knocks them out of the park.
All right, should we get to the big gold elephant?
The new fucking piece of shit belt that someone's going to be wearing that says consolation prize. Yeah, let's talk about it.
So I'm not going to put up the screen because everybody's seen it on Twitter. So the World Heavyweight Championship is a big deal. We know it. The big gold is attached to what it was in WWE. Of course, it has lineage back to the NWA and WCW, all that stuff. So it has a lot of lineage. We know what Triple H loves, has a big boner for all that stuff. And then, of course, he unveils this thing. And all I could think about was like, this looks like someone took an emblem of a Buick and put it on a fucking title. Like it looks like fucking it, in theory, with actual side plates and the big gold part, I'm okay. But it's the giant WWE gold and the fucking gold globe thing that makes me go, this would be a better ring, like a physical ring to wear than a championship. And someone else put it on Twitter. It looked very similar to the old UFC title, which again, to me, looked super generic in general. So this felt like this didn't have any characteristics to it. It felt safe. It felt like it was trying to continue a lineage, but also make it WWE, which I get. But the belt itself made me feel like, and we can talk about the whatever, but it is a consolation prize to whoever wins it.
Yeah, so
I think that's what it comes down to.
Sticking with the physical appearance that you talk about is, I think I figured out while you were talking about it, like, why I really just don't like it. Because the cool part about the big gold title was the whole front was just this big fucking gold mass There was nothing on it. It was just like it looked cool. So what WWE has to do with their titles is put a fucking giant W on it. Well, guess what? You just defaced the best looking part of the title, so now it looks like fucking shit. So physically, I don't like it. When I first saw it, I was like, eh. Then the more I saw it, and then when I saw the ones that signed online, I was just like, ugh. Feel like my fucking insides have felt all week. I just want to die.
So let me go back to the appearance part then. So if they had just make the WWE logo ginormous like the ones they have for the other two, would you think, like, if it was just like gold, but it had the fucking big giant W in the middle of it, would that have been okay?
I don't know. I would have liked it better if you're gonna bring back an old title like that, just bring back the actual title. And I don't know, maybe they don't have the rights to it, or maybe they just don't want to because they have to WFI. But it was like, what made that title cool was that it was this big fucking gold circle with no logo on it. It looked dope.
Well, it did have logos and stuff, but not, you couldn't.
Yeah, but it was a big fucking gold thing. It wasn't this giant fucking W in your face. And it looked like shit.
It's just, it's hard to, like, I appreciate the effort. I do. I think for me, when I look at it, I went like, maybe I need to see it up close. Like maybe I need to look at it from not like a picture to enjoy it, maybe perhaps. But the other thing was like, why did it have to be silver and black? Like, I don't think that works with the gold pattern. I would have rathered it all be gold. You know what I mean? Like, or like made out of rhinestone white or something, like, or whatever they're going to do. It just, it looks bizarre. And so I don't necessarily know specifics of what we're going to get. Of course, your boy Joe Gilmore says it looks like the AEW title a bit. Now, a lot of people out there have been saying that they stole the AEW design and all. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, the AEW one is based off the old big gold kind of too, but like AEW like made it like their own, right? I think that was the general thing, is they really like that was like the framework for the title. They made it their own. I actually really like the AEW title personally. But I think that was the idea of it. WWE pretty much took what they had before, like you said, made the colors worse, and then defaced the best part of it. So it's just like, I don't know. The more I see it, the more I don't like it.
I think it's going to be difficult, although I would hope that maybe a different color strap or maybe some iteration of it down the line might change and make it better. But you never know. You never know. But to get to the second point, or the next points that we're going to talk about here, it is definitely a consolation prize. It is. Now, you can sit here and try to fucking scratch your head and be like, does Roman get 2 belts? Did they give him the one big blue or red, depending on what he does? You know, like whatever. But if he holds both championships and then they have the third, it's just like someone out there was like, you're all bitching and complaining. There's never been 3 champions in the WWE. But if you go back when ECW was the thing, they had 3 world champions. So it was like,
yeah. And you could consider it's like the NXT a world title if you really wanted to too.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of an illogical thing to think of. But what I will say is, it's hard not to feel like this is second place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing that, and we've had this conversation privately in the Jobber Knocker thread, but everybody, listening out there, please, tweet at us or whatever. We'd love to talk to you about it. Or people in the chat here. It definitely feels like it is of the utmost importance here. The first one needs to be not Cody. Anybody but Cody. If it's Cody, I'm going to fucking punch a wall. I'm going to break my fucking arm, because to me, that would be the biggest slap in the face possible for a Cody Rhodes fan to be like, you didn't get the big one, but here's fucking soccer participation trophy. Like, I can't. And
that's why I fully expect that to happen.
I'm going to lose my mind.
When Roman Reigns is drafted to SmackDown on Friday, and Cody Rhodes is drafted to Raw, and Seth Rollins is drafted to Raw, and they do a Cody-Seth rematch, I have no faith in them fucking not doing that, because it just, you asked me point blank on the podcast last week. You said, sorry, I'm about to cough. Please hold. You asked me point blank. You said, if they add a second world title with the draft, how would you feel knowing that, Cody didn't win it? And I told you I fucking hated it, because all leading into WrestleMania, I was just like, if Cody wins, then you easily can split them going to the draft, because Cody won them as one thing, and you could easily do it. He'd bring back the winged eagle, you'd make it 1 belt, and they could add a second belt for the other fucking show, and kumbaya, we're on our way, it's over with. But by letting the tribal cuck continue to keep with the 2 titles that he won individually and carries them both, and yes, he defends them as one now, it feels, no matter what they do, it feels like a consolation prize, and that fucking sucks. Because whether it's Seth Rollins, whether it's Bobby Lashley, whether it's Austin Theory, whether it's Finn Balor, whether it's Drew McIntyre, whether it's Sheamus, whether it's Gunther, whether it's any of these super deserving superstars of having a chance to headline a show, it's always going to be labeled as a fucking consolation prize, and that fucking sucks. That sucks for everyone who's going to win it. It sucks for everyone who's going to fight for it. And then it sucks for everyone on the other show who just has to fucking wait for Dildo Face to come back his fucking 3 times a year and defend those goddamn titles. It's fucking pathetic. I hate it. It's stupid, and I'm mad about it.
I need to clip that fucking shit off now.
I can't talk anymore, so I just had to
No, that's fine.
Wrap it up because I'm about to choke.
So here we go. So our boy Joe says it is a cop-out. It allows them to have Roman Reigns break Bruno's record, but
what is it, 3 more years? 4 more years?
No, here's the kicker. It's 5.
Oh my God.
And not actually have to defend it while they have someone else be a champion who shows up. I agree, Joe. I think that that's a wonderful point. And then our boy Danny says, if Cody doesn't beat Roman Reigns, then who does? I mean, Cody has to be the person. I think
it has to be Cody.
It has to be Cody at this point.
It's Cody or Seth. They're the only two.
I mean, in a perfect world, I would love to see Solo kind of maybe be the guy, but
that's years away though. So yeah, maybe if Roman beats Bruno's record, maybe then Solo.
I mean, maybe, but Solo's definitely not ready. If it's Jay, I don't think anybody, no offense to Jay, he's been doing great character work, but I don't think Jay's a fucking pull for that. Like, I just don't, I don't like, he'd be the reason he lost, but I don't think he should be the person who beats him. Like I would be like, and I think the hardest part for me, and I mean, I'm never going to be in the room with fucking, Joe Owani or whatever his name is, like Roman Reigns, that's his real name, Joe Owani, and be like, do you know how this ends? Like, do you get to pick who fucking beats you? Because if you know, then that makes me feel better. Like, if you know what's happening and you're okay with it and you know what you want to do, I'm fine. But if you're just fucking sitting there being like, I'm fucking holding on this fucking thing until someone can take it from me, like, that's just stupid. Like, I
don't think it's his call. I think it's one of those things like this is a Vince and big corporate WWE call, 100% being like, no, we'd like, who knows? Triple H might be on that side too. I don't know. But I think even if Triple H wanted to have Cody win at Mania, I don't think they would have allowed it. It was one of those things where it's just like, because I think a decision that big, like everyone involved in the process involved, not just your head of creative. Like, so again, I don't know where Triple H, judging by his presser, it seems like he fell into the Roman side, but it's one of those things like, I don't know, man. Can I follow up to something that personally affects me and makes me feel like I'm fatigued already?
Oh, this boy. This is what I want to say, right? And again, character-wise, Roman Reigns Renaissance Tribal Cuck is probably one of the best stories we've ever seen. We've talked about this. But what I think is going to end up happening here, at least for me as a fan, is the longer he holds this championship, the tougher it's going to be for whoever has that championship next. Because if they're holding it for a long period of time, then I'm going to be even more fatigued because it's a long reign after a long reign. And I feel like it just doesn't work unless there's some type of person who wins and then like gets cashed in on like almost instantaneously after a month or something, like just to fucking like wipe the slate clean. Cause I'm concerned that a long championship reign after a mighty long one is going to make that next person even worse.
I can't even process that far ahead because fucking Jeff Jarrett was right. I can't believe I'm saying it again, but the person got hurt the most by Roman winning at WrestleMania is Roman, because I feel like slowly, and we've talked about this, we've been talking about this for every episode since WrestleMania, everything with the bloodline is getting cheapened and feels worse. And it sucks. Every week that goes by, it becomes less interesting. And everything that like we look back and be like, man, that stuff was really good. But why is it still going? So I don't know.
I mean, even with the tag titles were like, oh, the cracks in the bloodline are forming. But like, here's the thing that I would love to ask Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, whatever, is like, you might think that your decision is right, but to the mass of people who don't believe that you're correct, then you might be wrong. Like,
they don't care about that. And they honestly, and them as creative people can't think like that. Even though, like, you need to take into account, but I don't know. It just is I should have seen it coming because it was, again, the reason why it fucking hurt me the most is because I felt so stupid because it was what WWE has always fucking done. And I thought it would be different, and it wasn't. Gave them credit. Whatever. That's on me. It's not on them. It's on me. This is what they've been doing literally forever.
Okay. All right. I think we should just cleanse the palate because this is making me feel awfully dirty.
Draft.
Let's do it. Let's get hopeful. You're my only hope. Anybody in the chat that's listening or whatever, commenting, whatever, you can be a part of this too. Do you have a coin? Should I get a coin? What do I do?
Well, so first we have to decide. Do you want to be Raw or SmackDown?
I thought that's why we're flipping a coin. Oh, we're
no, we gotta flip a coin because to see who goes first. Because I think whoever goes first, then the next person gets 2 in a row, and then it's 2 in a row the whole rest.
Well, no, it wouldn't Raw get 2 in a row because it's 3 hours. Isn't that what they normally do?
Fuck that. We're not doing it like that. We'll do it like our equal shows. Like
we're doing a snake.
Yeah. So say I get the first pick, then you get the second and third pick, but then I get the fourth and fifth pick. Then you get, you know what I mean?
All right. Do you care? I'll pick SmackDown if you don't care.
I'll be Raw then. I was gonna say I prefer to be Raw. So
okay, that's fine. I mean, that's where the Cody's gonna end up anyway, so it's fine. I will. You know what? I don't even need to flip a coin. I will let you go first.
First pick in the draft. Give me Cody Rhodes.
There you go.
Fucking be there. I'll make him my champion. Fuck you. You can have Roman Reigns. I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should I write these down by the way, or does it not matter?
You can if you want, but I'm making Cody the #1 overall pick, and he's the face of my show on Raw. Because guess what? He's the guy selling out all the arenas, not anyone else. So I'm real curious to see. This is another note: is once the brand split happens, is we saw like when Cody came on, they had to start adding him to SmackDown house shows, and they'd instantly sell out. I'm curious when this brand split happens, when Cody shows are all selling out, if the other shows will be selling out. Something that I want to watch.
Okay. So for SmackDown, clearly I have to pick Roman Reigns.
You don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
No, I'm gonna pick #1. Clearly I'm gonna pick Roman Reigns, my #1. My #2 is gonna be Rhea Ripley to stay on SmackDown.
Wow.
So there you go. I'm gonna pick Rhea Ripley. I will leave it back to you.
So I'm on my own against the wall. I'm taking Bianca Belair. She was going to be my pick no matter what. I didn't expect you to go Ripley that earlier, but I will take Bianca Belair as my women's champion there. So I have Cody and Bianca. I'm feeling pretty good. Babyface Central right now. And you know what? I need to like add some serious like heat to my thing. And you know what? You took Rhea Ripley. But I'm going to take the rest of the Judgment Day because I want Dominic Mysterio to be my 3rd overall pick. So give me the Judgment Day, baby.
So did you clarify the tag teams can stay together and all that stuff?
Tag teams can stay together. The only ones we said couldn't were Bloodline and then Rhea and Judgment Day.
Okay.
So give me those 3 goons. Give me Dom, Finn, and Priest.
Okay. That's fine. And by the way, I'm leaving this up because Danny's a fucking asshole saying my draft pick is for Nestle to go to NXT Europe so he can start over and get beaten up by every Brit he hates on the week. Listen, so this is just for you, Danny. So hold on. Who did you pick? You picked
I picked Bianca and Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. All right. So just because they got thrown to the fucking fishes, super overvaluated draft, I'm picking Yes Boy, Pretty Deadly to SmackDown.
I knew you'd take them at some point, but I didn't expect you to take them as your 3rd pick.
I am so excited for Pretty Deadly. You have no fucking clue.
They're going to be repackaged, it seems like. It's Pretty Deadly. It's Pretty Dead.
See, that upsets me because they were.
Well, I think they might just get new names because I don't know. I think Pretty Deadly was their name coming in before. I think their personal names, Elton and Kit, are the same, but I think they need a new like.
Why fix it? It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
So they can fucking make money off it, baby.
But they can make money off Pretty Deadly. They can just go get it. Is it going to be the Gruesome Twosome? Is that what it's going to be? Because remember they fucking bought that copyright a while back.
That would be
the
funny.
Gruesome Twosome. Fucking. Oh my god.
They'll make it work either way. Those guys are super talented.
Oh my god.
Not 3rd overall pick talented, but
I love them. I overvalue them in any way.
Clearly, you just took them.
and to put fucking right up Danny's ass, my next pick is Gunther. So there you go.
Damn it. So damn it, I wanted him. That was good. You get all of Imperium. You get
Imperium I'll get all Imperium. That's a package.
My boy Ludwig too. They were legit. That was gonna be my next pick. So good job by you. Next up, I guess I'll take the tag champs. Give me Sammy and KO. Obviously, I can split them up, and I have 2 single superstars. So that's a pretty easy one. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm taking the other set too. Give me Raquel and Liv because I can split them up too. I have challengers for Bianca. Raquel could be a big time heel down the line.
Oh my god!
Team champs across the board, baby.
Oh my goodness! All right, he's gone too far down. I think he needs a definitely new, just environment in general. Seth Rollins going to SmackDown.
I definitely meant to pick him that round and forgot.
That's okay. And also because he's married and they have to be a package deal, well, then I'm going to pick Becky Lynch, the man, going to SmackDown. So, I mean, what's the matter?
I'm shocked that you did that. Give me Charlotte Flair.
By the way, I would just like to reiterate that, Danny, my last 3 out of 4 picks,
yeah, because you're
all
literally
UK.
pandering.
So
It's
just saying.
hilarious.
I'm just
But
saying.
give me Charlotte Flair for my next pick. And then the next one's a tough one because there's someone that I want to take. I'm
Don't
just
do it.
not sure if it's too early.
It's never too
But-
early. This is what you want. It doesn't matter what everybody else wants. I picked
You
Pretty
know
Deadly
what?
third.
Fuck off. I want another draw. Give me Brock Lesnar.
On Raw?
Yeah. More challenges for Cody, baby. I can run that back anytime.
Somebody that wants to have a new day. No pun intended here. I think needs just to start from scratch all over again. I'm picking Bobby Lashley to SmackDown. I just need to see Bobby Lashley be a fucking big deal somewhere else because on Raw it's just too much character-driven nonsense. So that's my Bobby. And then as I'm looking at all of these different things here, I'm not picking Bronson Reed ever. Let me see. This is good TV. Well, do I really want to? No, I don't want to pick. Nope. I'm going to pick. Here we go. Are we ready? I'm going to pick Io Sky.
Wow.
The wrestling show on her own.
All right. I don't hate that.
Because again, to me, best wrestler in the entire division, in my opinion.
She's definitely up there. If she's not number one. For me, my next pick, A-Town, down. Theory, big star. He was the one I was considering taking last round. I will take him there. And now this is where it starts to get interesting because I am shocked these guys are still on the board, and I'm gonna take them away from you. Give me the fucking Usos, baby.
So they're not together. They're not together.
The bloodline. Roman can suck it. I got your boys. They work for me now, and I'm gonna have a great tag division.
All right, so for me, I'm going to make sure that I have Solo Sikoa because I think he's definitely the future of the business. And while I'm at it, LA Knight ain't going nowhere, buddy. He's staying on SmackDown. So
next up, I'm going to take someone who's currently injured, but Randy Orton, welcome to Monday Night Raw. I have a future feud with you and Cody all lined up down the line. So I'm super excited for that one. And then you know what, Nestlemania? There's still a lot of talent on the board. It's crazy. By the way, Naomi is still listed as a WWE superstar, which is actually
not of this weekend, apparently, if you read the dirty.
According to the rumors. But you know what, Nestlemania? This is just out of pure respect because this man is too talented to still be on the board, and I can rely on him to fucking fill a hell show if I have to. Give me the Miz, and he can bring his wife Maurice with him.
That's a good pick. I was hoping that you would have forgot about him, but he's one of your guys, and you let him fall all the way to. I've lost track of how many picks we have at this point, so we're just gonna
keep going until we get bored.
Did we get bored? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick. I cannot believe I'm actually gonna pick this person. You know what? No, never mind. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pick Von Wagner. That's right, folks. Von Wagner is getting the call up. I think that this is going to be his moment. If they, I can't even say it with a straight fucking face. I'm sorry. I just fucking I love this.
Who would have thought he'd be the first NXT person off the board?
No, didn't I pick Pretty Deadly?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. Come on, man.
2 massive reaches by Nestle.
Oh man. And then finally, because I want to see this guy on my TV every single week on my show, SmackDown, that is, I'm going to separate the Street Profits, Montez Ford.
Wow. Well, you're about to feel real silly with my next pick because you know who I'm taking, Nestlemania?
Yeah.
AJ Styles. Another dream match for Cody down the road, man. I am just building a roster of absolute studs. And then you know what? I'm looking at the rest of this. Man, there's still a ton of talent on the board, but I think it's my turn to dip into the NXT pool because there's another man. I mean, there's 2 now. There's like 3 people, 4 or 5. There's a ton I want to take, but I gotta take my fucking Aussie. Give me Grayson Waller. Welcome to the big show, baby. You're on Monday Night Raw because he's got a mouth. It'll work well in my 3-hour show.
I think you have another pick, right? Oh, no, you picked AJ Styles. Okay, sorry.
I picked AJ Styles and Grayson Waller, baby. A former feud, which was great, by the way.
Someone that I am super high on in NXT. I'm surpassing all the other women at this point. I'm just so fascinated with some of these people in NXT. Fallon Henley is a star. She's going to be my call up right there.
You're taking her over Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my absolutely. God. Yes, absolutely. Here's why. Here's why. Because
you like her big butt. So do I.
Well, yeah, but here's the other thing. Tiffany Stratton's going to stay in NXT. It's not a likely pick here.
Well, I mean, we can.
And Roxanne Perez is not. I know. I'm just saying,
Roxanne Perez is
Bellinelli.
getting drafted. I'll guarantee that right now.
You would
She'll get
guarantee that
called.
right now?
Yep. Put it on
Really?
the board. Yep.
You're gonna
I think
you're
they're
gonna.
calling her up.
Well, I think that's a dumb move personally because I think she needs more time. But whatever.
I
By the
think they're
way,
a dumb move.
Drew McIntyre, Edge, Dolph Ziggler still on the board here.
All right, is it my pick, by the way?
No, I have one more. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick Cameron Grimes because I want to see some new blood.
Wow. Well, speaking of also on the board, give me the Brawling Brutes. I got Sheamus and his boys there. That was definitely an oversight on our part. So I'll take them right now. But then with my other pick, I mean, God, it's tough. But oh man, there's just so many people I want to draft. We could literally do this all night.
I know we probably will.
Yeah, why not? What else we got to do? We'll talk about anything else. I'm trying to see if there's any other glaring omissions that we've had. But with my next pick, I mean, there's a lot. I feel like, I mean, this guy he's part-time though. Do I really want to do it? Give me Logan Paul.
Oh, wow.
When he comes back, man. Yeah, just one of those things. Another guy can have feud with Cody. I think he's the guy. Hell, I might put him with Brock Lesnar. I can put him with Randy Orton. I can put him with AJ Styles. I'm getting hard just thinking about it.
You didn't pick Strowman, right?
Fuck, I meant to pick Rick O'Rourke like 3 rounds ago. Are you gonna steal them from me?
I'm gonna pick Rick O'Rourke and the LWO with Rey Mysterio.
That's smart. That's smart. How did none of us pick the LWO? Wow.
So that's next
up. I'm taking Omos and MVP. Homo Sapiens Unite. You're on Monday Night Raw still. Give me another fucking giant, And then my other one is, hey, they're still technically a tag team. Give me the Alpha Academy, baby. I get Chad Gable and Otis.
You know what? I'll even throw in the models for you if you want.
Oh, I get Maxine.
Yep.
Oh man,
that's a free pick if you want. That's a free pick.
I'm getting a little hot over here.
Okay. Because I took 5 people. That's why I'm trying to do the math. And to be honest with you, probably 6 after all this. Somebody that we didn't talk about yet, that's still on the board. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I think Braun Breaker is a fucking no-brainer. And he's gonna be somebody that's a big deal going forward. So I'm gonna pick Braun Breaker there. I just want to see Braun versus Braun at some point because I think that'd be fucking hysterical. And my next pick, I cannot believe he's fallen this far, in my opinion. By the way, there's still Edge and Drew McIntyre on the board.
Yeah, well, there's no reason for that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to pick, I can't believe this. I'm going to pick, fuck it. I'm going to pick Bray Wyatt.
You know what? I completely forgot he existed. So I don't hate that pick, Nestlemania, because if anyone could make him interesting, it's probably you on your show.
Thank you very much. That was the nicest thing you said all day.
I'm ever gonna say to you.
And honestly, it's probably because of the drugs. But thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely. I am on so many drugs right now, and not the good kind. My next pick is going to be another women's tag team, and that is Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Man, I am just going to stack them up, baby. And the fact that they're going this late, I mean, silly on us. But next up,
wait, who did you pick?
Ronda and Shayna.
Oh, okay.
As a tag team. Man, this is
where it gets hard.
No, it's. I mean, I still have like 20 people I want to pick.
Oh my god!
You took Lashley, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Boa's still on the roster. Give me give me Baron Corbin. Christ, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Well, you're taking all your favorites, so it's fine. Yeah. Just because I think the mileage isn't off the wagon on this one, Alexa Bliss.
Oh fuck!
And then I'm gonna take. Just out of spite, I can't take Angelo Dawkins because they'd be on the same show. That would suck.
Took the New Day yet? You want the New Day?
No, fuck that. I don't care about the New Day right now. Let's see. I was like, who else would somebody get very upset about? Charlie Dempsey. I'm not fucking picking Charlie Dempsey. Damn, I think we're getting to the point where
take Dolph Ziggler or Drew McIntyre. Come on.
No, I refuse to take Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it.
Who the hell is Guru Raj?
No idea. No fucking clue.
He has a picture.
Hank Walker. Let's pick Hank Walker. No, I'm gonna pick the Viking Raiders in Valhalla.
Okay, I don't hate that. Again, it's another one that you could probably make better than it is.
I
have no interest in trying to make.
I'm trying to build something here, not everything, but something.
Yeah. I'm going to take Matt Riddle. He's probably someone who hasn't fallen this far. Shouldn't have fallen this far, but that's an easy pick for me there. Another guy that can pretty much work with anyone and be interesting. And then my next pick, you know what? I will take the Prodigy. I will take Roxanne Perez. Give me another babyface in my women's division. When I have Bianca eventually lose, I need some other challengers, so give me Roxanne.
Okay, I'm going to take Johnny Gargano, who has fallen very far here, for TJ's sake, so he can have some wrestling on SmackDown. And I'm gonna marry that with a Tommaso Ciampa, so we have a DIY in the tag division. There you go.
Wow.
So that's specifically for my boy TJ because he loves me. So I should technically make that a package deal and pick another one, but I won't. So it's fine.
Well, I'm gonna take Chelsea and Sonya just because I want Chelsea Green on my roster. Because I like being entertained and I think she's fucking hilarious. And I mean, it's just disrespectful at this point. I guess I'll take the New Day. Maybe Big E will be cleared and I'll have a world champion on my hands.
You have 2 world champions. Don't be disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
That's true, but like what I mean is like Kofi's probably not going to win it again. I could easily have Big E win it again. It'd be an awesome story.
The joke here is that Edge and Drew McIntyre are still available.
Edge has like 6 months left, man.
I can't.
I'm gonna make Drew McIntyre.
This would be so funny if you just
like 15 more people I'd take before Drew McIntyre.
It'd be so funnier if we could have a graphic where you pick someone and they fade out, and you just see fucking Edge and Drew McIntyre. Like, holy shit! Oh, I can't believe this person's not in my rear view here, but whatever, it's fine. Lacey Evans, I'm gonna pick her up because I forgot about her, and of course. I have to thin out the herd here a little bit, and I'm gonna pick. Let me see. Where we at? I'm gonna pick Mustafa Ali.
All right,
well, positively Ali.
You know who I can't believe we haven't taken yet, which is fucking ridiculous. But give me Bailey. Holy fuck.
Oh wow, yeah. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I just realized that, and I was like, okay, I feel awful about him because I love Bailey, and I'll make her interesting again. That'll be one of my goals for sure. For my next pick here. Should I take Big Body Javi?
I was thinking about it, to be honest with you, Big Body Javi.
I'm going to take Kathy Kelly because I can't let you have her, and I want her on Raw. She's mine.
You wasted a pick on Kathy Kelly?
Do you think that's a wasted pick with some of the ones you've made? Kathy Kelly is probably the best value pick I've made in this draft.
She's a late 15th rounder. All right, whatever. It's fine. Let me see if I can thin out the herd here just a little bit more before I get a little bit... What the fuck? Like, why are the people on the bump part of the fucking roster page? Like,
you don't want Matt Kemp?
No, I don't give a shit about him. I can do his job better than him and fucking Ryan Papola, whatever the hell his name is. Like, fuck them. That's just jealousy coming out. Did you pick Shelty and Cedric?
I haven't, no.
I'm gonna pick them just to steal from you.
Fuck you.
So Hurt Biz as a tag team, and then let's see.
I'm surprised you haven't taken Candice LeRae if you want one there.
No, I mean that seems like the whole thing. I can't believe I took Von Wagner so early. What the fuck's wrong with me?
I mean,
all right, this is strictly a Guthrie pick because I want Guthrie to say I did a better job. I'm picking Zoe Stark. I'm picking Zoe Stark.
Am I up?
You are up. You got 2 picks.
I guess I'll take Shinsuke Nakamura because he's still here. And you just took Zoe fucking Stark. Are you kidding me? And then you know what? For my next pick, give me Hit Row. I need a flop dollar on my show.
Oh my God. You picked the whole Hit Row. Good for you.
Yep. Give me all of them, baby.
Somebody who's not on NXT that I think would do very well in the main roster is Wendy Chu. I'm going to pick her up.
Love Wendy Chu.
She's one of my faves. She's in my fave 5, as someone else would say. And then finally, for me, let's see. I think I'm getting a little fatigued here, so I think I'm going to start to wind down.
Oh my God, we missed another really obvious one.
I know. I don't care. Let me see.
No, but it's someone that you'd actually like. Do you want to go to the A's?
Aaliyah?
You're not ready for her?
Aaliyah?
Oh my God.
What?
Da-na-na.
Asuka. No, she's not even on the page. What's weird?
You don't want Asuka?
I don't see her on my page. That's weird. Why
right
is she
next to Ashanti the Adonis, who I just drafted?
Oh, that's what it is. No, I don't want Asuka. I'm gonna pick.
You don't want Asuka, Drew McIntyre, Edge, okay?
Nope. I'm gonna pick Bronson Reed.
Damn it! I was actually gonna take him. Are those both your picks?
Wendy Chu and Bronson Reed. Yep.
Give me Asuka because I can't let that happen anymore. That was an oversight on our part. And then we are getting down to the nitty gritty here, but I'm gonna.
Bertsky says, "Please draft Samantha Irvin next."
I mean, you probably got her in the package deal because you drafted Ricochet.
Oh, that's true. We should have specified that. That's true.
God, do I just take Dolph Ziggler? No, that's so boring.
Dolph Ziggler's still on the board.
I know, but there's a lot of people still on the board that probably shouldn't be on the board.
Mm.
You know what? I'm going to take JD McDonough. I want him to be called up, so put him on my show. Maybe he'll reunite with Finn Balor. Who knows?
I'm going to pick.
His name's JD.
It's true. Very true. I'm going to pick someone that clearly is. I feel like I'm just skipping everybody on the main roster and just picking all NXT. That's probably a bad look for me. But I'm interested in NXT stuff, so I really love that. I'm going to pick. Where was she? I just forgot what she looked like. Elektra Lopez. I think she's great. So, what?
Such a bad pick.
I don't know. I think she's good.
Is that your?
She's not doing anything. First one? No, that's my second. That's my first pick, buddy.
All right, who's the other one?
Give me a sec.
I thought like literally like I was expecting like Gigi Dolan or something.
No. Elektra Lopez. I'm just trying to think I'm trying to look at somebody that again she could be part of the LWO. She could. I'm trying to bring everybody back together here. I'm trying to look outside of what we're doing here. You know what? I can't believe neither of us have picked this man, but Ilya Dragunov.
That's a good pick.
That's my guy.
I kind of left him there for you because I know how much you love him because I have thought about him the last couple rounds. Well, you know what? I'm going to take Lola Vice because fuck you. I can't let you have her.
Who the hell is
so
Lola Vice?
We're just going to take her even though it's my girl.
The girl on social media. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're just going to take her right now. And my other pick, you know what? I'll take Tiffany Stratton. I'll just keep taking fucking bombshells. I don't care.
To answer Bertski's here, I'm going to pick Elias and Boogs as a package deal here.
Yeah, you can have them as a package deal because I don't want either one.
Yeah.
Actually, I could probably make Boogs fun, but I don't want Elias anywhere near my roster.
Did you pick Big Body Javi, by the way?
You can have him.
There's also Karrion Kross on the board, which again, nobody's touching.
Karrion Kross, Edge, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, yeah.
No, I took Asuka.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Oh God, it's gonna get to a point where one of us is gonna have to take those. You're
taking Big Body Javi?
I'm gonna take Big Body Javi. I just love. I need to rule in there some role players. So Big Body Javi.
I'm taking Dakota Kai, because I love her and I can't have her sit there anymore. And you got Zelina with the LWO. That makes me sad. Oh my God, Shanky's still employed.
That we know of.
There is another world champion on the board in Jinder Mahal.
Pretty Moss is still on the board.
Reddy Moss, you can get him and Emma together if you want.
Net package deal potentially.
Can I mean,
Shotzi's still available.
I really want to take Tegan, but I don't want Natalya to come with her, so I'm kind of gonna not do that.
You're gonna separate. Well, Natty can find 40 other partners on SmackDown. It's fine.
That's true. And so can Tegan. I can put her with anyone I want. But nah, that's we're gonna go with Cora Jade.
So Cora Jade.
I'm just gonna drop the whole NXT Women's Division at this point. So
all right, I'm just gonna enforce us to move on. It's already been an hour. I'm gonna say this is our last two piece. Okay.
Okay.
So did you start it? No, wait.
I took one first, so you get two in a row, then I get one more. I think.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Remind me when I do this. So I have to do two more, and then we're done. All right, here we go.
Take Lash Legend.
I would rather take Von Wagner again. Tyler Bate, big strong man. We're going with Tyler Bate.
Big strong boy.
Yep, I love Tyler. Great addition to the Nestlemania brand. And let's see. And finally, my last pick of the draft, Miss Irrelevant, Shotzi.
So we really are gonna leave those guys on the board, huh?
Oh yeah. I don't need them. I don't need any of them.
I don't either, honestly. So for my last pick and the last pick,
please pick Scripps. Please pick Scripps.
I mean, I'd rather pick Reggie, so we're not doing that. I'm just making sure there's not someone like.
Hold on, really... here. I'm gonna run down the people that you have not picked. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. You haven't picked Tozawa. You haven't picked Aaliyah. You haven't picked Andre Chase. You haven't picked Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Crews. You haven't picked Axiom. We know how much you love Axiom. Beth Phoenix. You have not picked Boa. You have not picked Brooks Jensen. You've not picked any of the Creed brothers as a tag team.
I thought about them because I get Ivy Nile too, right?
You could get Diamond Mindish if you really wanted to.
Does that mean I get Roddy Strong too?
I
can finally let Cody complete his list. He can wrestle Roddy Strong. Fucking get me Diamond Mine, baby. Creed Brothers, Ivy Nile, Roddy Strong, Cody. We're finishing the story and we're finishing your goddamn list. You're going to get to wrestle Roderick Strong, baby.
And then finally, you did not pick the former Damon Kemp because he moves mountains. That man.
Yeah, no, I don't hate him.
Dana Brooks on the board. Dexter Loomis, Dijak, Andre Chase, Drew Gulak.
You want Dexter with Gargano? I'll give him to you.
No, I don't need. I'm done on picking. I'm done.
No, I'm just saying, like when you picked Gargano, I would have gave you Dexter as a throw-in.
Sure, whatever. It's fine. You've missed Hank Walker. Big pick
Yeah,
there.
Birdsky, to answer your question, Nestle took Shelty.
I took
He beat me to
Shelty.
the punch. I thought he'd slip farther than he did, but I should have known by the fact that some of the picks Nestle was making.
You could pick the schism as a foursome or threesome or twosome.
I mean,
whatever.
two of them are not going to be on TV till they get their release. So,
Jinder's still on the board. John Cena technically could go anywhere he wants. There's the Good Brothers. There's Karrion Kross again. Chance and Carter. You could pick as a women's tag
I thought
team.
about them.
You have not picked Lash Legend, the biggest bust in all of NXT.
What about Tamina Nestlemania? Why don't you take?
I'm done. This is your last pick, dude.
I already made. I picked Diamond Mind.
Okay, well we're done then. We're done.
Yeah, because I want Cody to finish the story and finish the list, baby. Roddy Strong versus Cody Rhodes.
We left Coffee on the board. We left. Let's see, Mackenzie Mitchell. Poor Mackenzie.
She's an interviewer.
We left
my interviewer.
Mr. Stone on the board. We
could have drafted Stephanie McMahon.
Nathan Frazier, Nikki Cross, Nikita Lyons. Big fumble on my part on that one. Let's see. Pepper Niven.
Niven.
Of course, Quincy Elliott. Whatever. I'm not good at pronunciation.
You didn't take your girl Xia Li either.
I know I should have. She's an Instagram.
Well, here we get some free agent signings. I signed Tegan Knox and Emma and Madcap.
I'm not adding this to the list. I'm not adding these.
You can have the other.
You could have picked Scarlett without Cross, by the way.
I get Aaliyah too.
All right. Well, I think we're done here on that aspect of it. I'm just saying, and draft Pat McAfee to commentary, says Birdsky. I agree. I agree. Here's my commentary team, right? Pat McAfee and just Pat McAfee. I just want Pat McAfee to fucking.
I'll take Michael Cole and Corey Graves, I guess. Then.
No, I know. To me, it's hard.
You should have Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett. That'd be an interesting combo because they just go at each other.
I think that'd be fun, but they need a fucking traffic cop though. They absolutely need.
You can have KP.
Oh my God, fuck that guy. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Big Joseph's pretty good. I'll pick Vic Joseph.
Mackenzie Mitchell with him. So there you go. I got Captain Kelly. You got Mackenzie Mitchell. We both win.
There we go.
I win better
okay,
now.
That's fine. I'm gonna have to fucking pick Sam Irvin anyway, so it's fine. All right, so there you go. I don't even know if we should post this to see if anybody votes on what our draft.
I mean, you took pretty deadly third with your third pick. You took Von Wagner in like the top what?
Oh, 7? I don't know. It has to be enormously ridiculous at that point. No, it was like at least top 10, but it wasn't.
Neither of us drafted Edge, Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross, Dolph Ziggler. Dom's gonna be pissed at us because we didn't take Bobby Roode either.
Dom needs to stop with this Bobby Roode nonsense. He's old. He's like
we left world champion
3-day-old
Mahal on the board.
He's in NXT sniffing somebody. I don't know. Like he's just whatever.
You didn't take your boy Apollo Crews, so you cursed into oblivion.
That's not my fault. He didn't see the future. It's awful. I'm happy with my picks. I am.
I'm happier. My show's so good.
Well, you also have 3 hours to fill, so good.
The only person that you have that I wish I had is LA Knight. Yeah.
So
to have him, Miz, and Waller on the same show would have been like fucking mouth porn.
That's true.
That's a weird way to describe it, but I think it works.
Strictly oral. The oral sessions with JC.
Oral, baby. Oral sessions on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, exactly. Oral sessions. All right, so that's pretty much it. We got to do our comebacks very quickly. I wanted to give my comeback to NXT, but specifically the storyline with Brooks and Jensen and Fallon Henley. The way it played out on Tuesday night with what's her name? I forget.
Kiana James.
Thank you. The way that played out with them beating the shit out of each other and then picking him up after he got dumped, I thought was just a really nice, just cherry on top to this ridiculous storyline that I thought was kind of all over the place soap opera. But I fell hook, line, and sinker for it. Again, I think NXT has a lot of positives, and this was one of them for me, watching Spring Breaking. Probably one of the best parts of the whole show. Not necessarily the match, but just the story inside of it. So I'm going to give it to those people that did a great job.
I like it. My comeback's going to the tag team that I wasn't able to draft because Nestle sniped them from me. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin back on TV. Took a big L to the Street Profits this week on Monday Night Raw, but it was nice to see my boys wrestling and Shelton getting some moves.
So we're going to go to the big old finish here. Do we have anything else we got to talk about, JC? I mean, we're technically
a draft. We have, we assume Sammy and KO are going to retain the tag titles?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't doubt that in my mind at all.
Yeah. Next week we will be back on Tuesday, so we can talk about AEW. Obviously, as we're recording now, AEW is going on. So yeah, we'll get back into the AEW talk next week for show. But yeah, I really enjoyed Spring Breaking as well. I thought NXT is still my favorite show to watch every week. It's just a joy. I don't have to think too hard. It's simple.
You're right about Braun Breaker, by the way, because I haven't watched
It's
NXT in a
good,
while.
man.
He's
It's
doing a
good
good job. I mean, watching him plow Mello through the wall was a nice little touch. That was pretty cool. And just the little things they're doing here. Like I knew it was weird to me when fucking Waller and Mello didn't close the show. It was a little weird to me, but it's fine.
I think they wanted to give the woman their shine, which I was okay with.
It's fine. I mean, the thing is it's weird watching that triple threat women's match. It felt like nobody wanted to cheer for Miss Impressive.
Well, it's tough because you have, I mean, Roxanne and Tiff are just so popular in their own reason. It's so hard. Yeah. That's what to me, like, especially with how that match went. It's like, I 100% think they're just hot shotting Roxanne because I think character-wise, she probably isn't ready yet, but I think they know that her in-ring ability is ready, and I think they're just going to be fine to let her figure out the rest of it on the main roster. Will it work? Who knows? I hope it's not a Bayley situation, but eventually she'll be fine because she's talented, but it feels like that Tiffany's probably going to be there a little longer, probably get that title from Indy at some point, but I think they're just going to call up Roxanne and call it a day.
So in all theory, very quickly, I know we have to wrap up here, but I know we were joking with our versions of the draft. But is there someone in particular that you're hoping gets picked and goes to a different show specifically? Just one person?
In terms of main roster or NXT people getting drafted?
Well, let's do one NXT and then maybe one person that needs to switch shows, in your opinion.
So for NXT, I kind of gave you my triumvirate last week of those the 3 NXT UK guys, and JD, Ilya, and Tyler Bate are guys that I'd love to see just called up and get their main roster chance because I think they're ready. So I'll just kind of stick with those guys for that. But it's tough because I'm trying to look at the top stars. I think the one that you were spot on about, because I think Cody and Seth kind of have to stay on Raw, and I think Roman's going to stay on SmackDown. So to me, it's like the guy that you got to get to SmackDown is Bobby Lashley. I think you nailed that one.
I think that's something that I've been watching. It's hard watching that Theory promo where he's like, "You're so good at requesting matches, but you couldn't get a WrestleMania match." I was like, "Ooh, that was a good line."
That was a good promo.
Good line. A very good line. So it's tough because you Bobby Lashley deserves better. But if he's on the same show as Roman Reigns,
he's the guy that can fight Roman Reigns though. One of those 3 events,
right? But he won't be the guy that beats him. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
Hey, you know what else I'd like to see Nestlemania? Oh, Ashley and Gunther. So
that's
okay
true. I'm okay
Gunther
with that.
Stays there, which I think he might.
I don't
know. They'll flip some champions, but I don't know. Maybe they'll flip Bianca and Rhea and they'll trade titles again like they do every year.
Oh yeah,
I love when they do that.
Oh yeah. For me, it's pretty deadly. I think they need to be interjected into the tag team division. I think the tag team division needs some serious redone, like just renovating everything. But for the other guys, like I said, Bobby Lashley, I'd love to see change. Seth Rollins, I'd love to see change. Don't think it's going to happen. Finn Balor at Judgment Day needs to go to SmackDown with Rhea. I think keeping them together is very, very, very crucial for the 3 of those men. Rhea's fine on her own, but I think Rhea with them makes a bigger deal. And then keeping, Ray on SmackDown with the LWO. Keeping Ray and the LWO on Raw would be a good idea. Keeping those people separate because I think I'm fatigued with that. I want to move on from it.
That's because I have it on the fucking show every week. It's the same shit. Yeah.
So
I agree.
But again, interested to see. We'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully next week, and where we can dissect the draft, so to speak. Where Josh and who the fuck is Josh? Where JC and myself will tell you the ups and downs of the draft and who screwed the pooch, so to speak.
How do we think they're going to do it? Do you think it's going to just be Adam Pearce at a podium being like, the USA executives want this person? I almost drafted Adam Pearce, by the way, just to piss you off.
That's not going to piss me off as long as he's on my program. But to me, I think what's going to end up happening is they're just going to fucking show a fucking graphic. It's going to be lame. It's going to be fucking awful.
They always are way lamer than we want them to be, but...
I mean, it would be great if they got legends to do draft cards and shit at a podium. Like
that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
I wouldn't hate that.
But I don't think they're gonna, or like just celebrities and shit. Like I think that'd be kind of cool. But I don't think they. The thing is with the draft, unless the draft was its own entire thing, like its own entity with not wrestling involved, it's hard to fill that in shoehorn wise.
Well, it's also like these shows. Like if you get tickets to these shows, it's brutal too because so much of it is just nonsense.
I mean. Most of it's nonsense anyway. I mean, there's only like 30 minutes of wrestling at this point.
No, I know, but it's even extra nonsense.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they don't make it a draft special. I would buy into that. I think that would be interesting personally. But
It'd be hard to get like a mass audience to tune into that. You get like us, but I think you have to do it.
But just make it a network special. You don't have to make it a fucking.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
they'll want eyes in it, and that won't get enough.
All right. Well, on that note, we hope you enjoyed our version of the WWE draft. We will be back next week with more Jabbernockly.